we go. We are broadcasting. I'm going to try to make us go live on Facebook. This takes a second. Share on timeline next. Kind of talking through this here. All right. Good. I think we are live on Facebook. So we're just going to get started here. Oh, actually, it's just doing a preview. So I'm going to go live right here. I think we're going live. And let me get back to Zoom so I can see you guys. All right. I can hear you, but I can't see you yet. All right, I'm back. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, this is Shelly Frody from City to Shore Real Estate, and I have with me Tamara McLeod and McLeod Hessel and, and Amanda Volkers. And we are having a really fun topic today, talking about City to Shore franchising, and we're super excited about that. A couple things I want to tell everybody about. This week, Wednesday, the 27th, we are having a Discovery Day at the Pinnacle Center in Hudsonville, and it is for agents that are, thinking about getting into real estate, or people that are thinking about getting into real estate, agents that are at other companies that think they might want to come check out and see what we're about, but also it's for people that are maybe associate brokers or brokerages that are thinking about switching over to a franchise model and want to see what City to Shore is all about. So we would love to have you come join us. Check-in is at 9:30 a.m. and it starts at 10 and goes to noon. And anywhere on my Facebook page, you can find the place where you can go register for that event. So we'd love to have you join us. But right now I want to welcome Tamara and Amanda. Thank you guys for coming this morning. I know Tamara had quite the drive-in. She's in the Lake City area. How was your drive-in, Tamara?
Well, it was a little blistery. It's a winter squall up here. School's closed, typical. Yeah.
Awesome. And then Amanda is joining us today, and we're kind of in the same area, so it wasn't too bad for you.
No, not too bad today.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and I just want to kind of have a conversation with you because you two ladies are rock stars as far as our franchisees go, and we're super excited to have you. And I just want to talk a little bit about how the franchising experience has been for you, how you chose City to Shore, and what your experience has been. So let's start with a question or a talking point of why did you decide to become a City to Shore franchise? And either one of you can take it and start, and we'll just kind of both have you answer it. So who would like to start?
I can start.
Okay.
So I decided so I've been in real estate for 15 years and decided a couple of years ago that it was my dream and goal of owning my own brokerage someday. And then what all happened was I had done a deal with Laura Carr from City to Shore, Hudsonville, and loved everything about how the transaction happened, agent support, and just started a conversation with her, had coffee with her. She introduced me to Ryan Kelly, And I kind of went from there. To be honest, you know, Ryan reached out to me a few different times, and I was your typical agent that was like, why do I want to move? Why is he calling me? I'm comfortable where I am. But then met with him and attended a Discovery Days. I believe it was in January of 2018 that I attended, and was so blown away by what was going on and the opportunity that I felt like it was just my calling, prayed about it, and just was led that way. And I can't say enough good about it and how everything transpired from there.
That's awesome. And Tamra, I know that you were at that Discovery Day. You guys were already a franchise at that point, and you kind of spoke at that Discovery Day. So why don't you talk a little bit about maybe that, but also about, you know, why did, because I know you're partners with Russ and Barb up there, Russ and Barb Elliott, but why did you guys decide, and why did you decide to leave RE/MAX and come over and start a franchise?
Well, it's kind of interesting listening to Amanda's story, because actually at that Discovery Day, Ryan invited me to come down and speak, because I think we were your first franchise.
Yep.
So City to Shore, Northern Michigan, really was in effect last January, and then I went to this Discovery Day. And the interesting thing was we had just joined, and I got to meet Amanda. And Amanda comes from the RE/MAX world, which is where I came from. I've been doing real estate about 6.5 years, and I was in RE/MAX all the way up until I made this decision to join City to Shore. And it was kind of a nice thing for me, because it reestablished my commitment of why I made the change to go to City to Shore in addressing Amanda's questions. She called me up after the Discovery Day and said, you know, Tamra, why would you leave RE/MAX, this #1 company with the big name, the balloon everybody recognizes, and move to this company that's a startup, you know, that isn't quite as popular, especially up here in Northern Michigan. There was not a City to Shore sign until Russ and Barb moved to Lake City and we started this. So that was kind of reassuring. And I remember going through the talking points with Amanda that are some of the reasons why I joined. Is one, I loved that City to Shore was, and the word has been used now around a little bit, agent-centric. I felt like City to Shore really wants to help their agents be successful. An example, this weekend, I had a couple newer recruits that called me and asked me for some broker help, and actually mentoring them through how to fill out this part of the purchase agreement. Even though they've been through it, they just couldn't remember. And I just feel like we're all here to help each other be successful. And then the agent support was a huge thing for me, because coming from the RE/MAX world, I was spending a lot of my evenings and weekends doing the data entry and putting in the listing and helping getting purchase agreements written up. So I was spending so many more hours, because I was doing quite a few transactions, that I felt like, man, to have somebody, you know, that support team behind you to help you profit more on and spend more time on networking and what we call profitable activities. So that was a huge thing for me. And then, of course, the REAP program, which I know we'll probably get to at a point. So I felt like those were kind of, I call them the 3 legs of the chair, that kind of made me think about, here are the pillars of this company. Plus, I will admit, Steve and Shelley, I was really impressed with you and your husband, your sister. I loved how family oriented the company was. And that just reiterated for me that this was the right move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. So you mentioned in there agent support, and I know that that's a really big part of City to Shore, and it's almost the first thing that we developed when we became City to Shore. Before we even started the whole franchising thing, we started developing how agent support works and operates. If you guys could talk a little bit about how agent support has helped you personally, and then how it helps your agents as well.
I can talk about that a little bit. So if anyone knows me and has dealt with me in the past, I like to have control of my every deal that I do, I'm super hands-on. So for me, agent support was like this, oh my goodness, how is this going to work type thing. And from the very beginning, I cannot say enough about it. My agent support here is Sarah. She's amazing. And it's been because of the systems, I was super nervous about letting that piece go. And because of the systems and everything that's in place is amazing. And I can tell you that some of the agents that I've shown, here's what agent support does. They have been blown away by it. They can't believe it. And it really has freed up so much of my time, and know that that person is taking care of all of the back end items. And I was so impressed with all the templates, and they always can see, if you're kind of a control freak, you can still see what's going on every step of the way. But she handles so much communication, and you are CC'd on everything. So you always know what's going on with your client.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Tamara, I know up north you guys have Shay is your agent support. So tell me a little bit about what agent support does for your brokerage.
Yeah, so Shay Anderson is our agent support. She oversees agent support, plus she's our office manager. She has to wear quite a few hats because we have our Lake City office, and then we have a Manton office as well. So we've had to bring on another part-time agent support person plus a full-time, and she has to supervise them plus do all the office managing. So she's an amazing gal that honestly, both Russ, Barb, and myself give a lot of success to our brokerage because of Shay and the team that works behind the scenes. It's like what you said, Amanda. You know, she'll call me on a Friday night and just say, Tamara, I just want you to know I took care of this, or CC me in a communication. Because, you know, in real estate, to that client, that transaction they're going through is everything. So really hours and days don't necessarily mean as much, because to them, they want that home or they're selling that home. And I mean, just the amount of dedication and care and the templates and the forms, and we're constantly updating and making things even more streamlined so that our clients and our staff, our agents, can be more successful. So I cannot tell you personally, for me, I'm a lot like Amanda, and it was hard for me to let go. But I can tell you that the individuals that we've brought onto our brokerage has allowed me to say, I trust them. They do a phenomenal job. And City to Shore Systems helps that. The processes are there. You just have to follow them. So it's been life-changing. And I really feel it is the thing when you're sitting across the table recruiting a seasoned agent, someone that's like, why would I leave where I'm at? I'm successful, I'm doing well. Why would I do that? That is the one, when I talk about the 3 pillars to City to Shore, I feel like that's the one that speaks to them the most, because they know, especially if they're a high volume agent, the amount of hours and time they're putting into that. Either they've spent the money to hire a personal assistant, or they can come to our company and pay. It's part of our service. So it isn't like they even have to pay for it. So.
Correct. Awesome. That is so encouraging to hear. If you guys are just joining us midstream here, my name is Shelly Frody. I'm one of the broker owners of City to Shore World Headquarters here in Hudsonville. We have an office in Holland and in Grand Rapids. And this morning I have joining me Amanda Volkers, who's a broker owner of the Byron Center City to Shore called Prestige Home Group. And Tamara is one of the franchise owner partners of City to Shore Lake City, or Northern Michigan. So I'm super excited to have these girls joining us this morning. Also, if you're joining us midstream, I do want to tell you about the event that we're having on Wednesday. You can go anywhere on my Facebook page or the City to Shore Facebook page and find the registration for a Eventbrite to sign up for the Discovery Day. We would love to have you come join us on Wednesday. Registration is at 9:30 and it goes from 10 to noon, but we do need you to register online prior so we know who's going to be in attendance. So please join us. It's going to be super fun. So getting back to our conversation here, for our new agents, how the City to Shore Academy in Jumpstart, how has that helped you guys as brokers? Okay, you're a broker, you're a busy people. Okay, how has having the C2S Academy and the classes that we have in the evenings that they can go on Zoom meetings and watch the classes, how has that helped your agents?
Okay, I can speak to that first. So I do have to say that for me personally, when I started in real estate 15 years ago, it was like, here's your license, here you go. And it was, I had no idea what I was doing. I had not any classes offered by the brokerage. It was more of take it and run with it and see what you can do with it. And part of the reason I joined on with City to Shore in franchising is because of all the bits and pieces that I saw. So the C2S Academy is phenomenal. The first thing that when an agent comes on here is they sign up and do that, and they can get started right away. Walks them through every step of what they should be doing, trying to get business. It shares a lot of marketing ideas. For me as a broker, it helps because there are videos on how to fill out a purchase agreement, step by step, page 1 through page 6. It's just so helpful. Because I know a lot of agents, we don't have a 9-to-5 job. We're filling out purchase agreements at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight, I've done it. So it helps me as a broker because they can go on and they can see how exactly to do it before they call me, or they can call me and I'll walk them through it as well. But it's just that extra piece to be able to go online and look at something at the convenience of their own, home and at their own pace. Not everyone learns the same, so they're able to go on and do one section at a time, along with the Tuesday and Thursday night agent ed is so helpful because it gives two different people teach those, so it gives two different perspectives on how everyone learns differently. So, and then along with that, the mentorship program, the REAP, and how that all works, it blows me away. I'm super excited about it. And I can't say enough good about it.
Good stuff. How about you, Tamara?
Yeah, so one of the things that we decided to do this winter is really put a focus on Jumpstart and C2S Academy. So we've grown pretty quickly in the first year of our franchise. We expanded. I think we picked up an additional 8 or 9 agents. We had 3 people when we started, the owners and 1 agent, and we are now, I think, at 14 or 15 agents total. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of training to do with that many people, and they kind of all came on when it was busy. So like you said, Amanda, we were busy. We're working brokers, so we're out there showing homes and writing purchase agreements and listing houses as well. So one of the things we've decided to do real intentionally is everybody got a Jumpstart manual, and they're sitting down with their commitment statement with their mentor and trying to set up a module. And that's what's so nice is City to Shore headquarters has done that for us. Like, it's already in there. So as a franchise owner, you're not recreating the wheel. And that's what the great thing about franchising is you're getting to build on the foundation that headquarters has already started. So you're not having to redo everything yourself. And that's been wonderful as a franchise owner. So one of the things we're going to try and start doing is we meet every other Wednesday. We have a team meeting with all of our agents. And we'd like to take a section and maybe like what people were getting feedback on. Like right now, people want help on CMAs. So we're going to cover the module in our our morning meeting, that section of CMAs, and really be intentional about it and kind of go through it together. So then we can feed wisdom and experience, because we have some really seasoned agents and we have a lot of brand new agents. So that's kind of how we're handling it up here. But it's nice because you can adapt the resources that City to Shore gives you to your particular franchise and how it works best for you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that idea of going through it together too. There's just so much information that's in there, from videos and just stuff that people can read, or all kinds of different things that people can use to learn different subjects. So it's really cool. Amanda, you mentioned the REAP, and I know you're a newer brokerage, and so you've got a couple agents that are like getting involved in the whole REAP part of our brokerage. And tell me a little bit, both of you, but we'll start with Amanda. Tell me a little bit about how the REAP, as a new brokerage, how your agents and you are using that, and how do you feel like that's going to help you as a brokerage?
So the REAP is phenomenal. It is part of the reason why, besides agent support, that I started a City to Shore franchise. And to get back and kind of elaborate on what Tamra said as far as why she started, and it's just so phenomenal, the support that you get. Why reinvent the wheel? I know that you said that, Tamra. A lot of people said to me, why didn't you start just Volker's Real Estate or something like that? Because when you see a good system, why not follow it and what you call reap the rewards from it? And the whole REAP system is so great because it allows myself as a broker to also have the agents be a part of something super exciting. So like you said, agent-centric. It allows that person to bring someone in under them and reap some of the rewards by being their mentor, and then they will reap some of the money from that. And I think that is huge because there are so many people out there that want to have a team and want to do all these things. And that was part of my issue when I was with RE/MAX, is that I had people coming to me seeing if they could be on my team, but financially it just didn't make a whole lot of sense for me. And I love to mentor people, but that takes away from your time. So the REAP system allows for that mentoring, and it allows people to not be so competitive with each other because everyone wants to help each other. And I have some agents here that have already jumped on board and are recruiting and having people come underneath them. And there's just so much to it that I feel like I could go on and on for hours about the program. So, Shelly, I don't know if that answered your question, but there's so many points, and I think that people have to come to the discovery days to understand how it works.
Absolutely. How about for you, Tamra? I mean, you've had a little extra time to see how REAP has been working, and how has it been working for you and your agents?
Yeah, I think to play off of what Amanda said, you are allowing your whole team, all of your agents, to help expand your business instead of it falling on the shoulders of the broker, because they're excited because they can see the rewards. And also too, I agree, the whole mentoring thing or team concept, it's kind of built in this REAP program, but not in the way that, I'll be honest, when I was with RE/MAX, I was part of a team, but my team wasn't real even. And there was one agent doing most or all the work and not getting as much benefit from the effort, and the other folks were kind of riding her tail. Well, that really wasn't a very equitable situation. And that's what I love about REAP is you know exactly what you're going to get. So like, you're going to mentor this individual. This is the rewards you're going to get. It's on paper. It's very easy to follow. And as you grow, you can continue to build your business. And this happens behind the scenes. Like, You don't even know, one day you get an email that says, congratulations, you're getting $260 in your checking account. And it's because one of your agents you recruited had a closing that you might not have even touched. I mean, and it's just amazing. Just the fact too, that you can will it to your children. If you leave City to Shore and retire, and that agent that you recruited continues to work for the company, you continue to reap the benefits. I mean, I don't know of another brokerage that does that. I mean, there are kind of similar programs like ours, but I just think there's so many. Steve and Shelley have taken the best of all these programs and put them together and said, what makes the most sense? And I really applaud them for spending the time to look at all parts of it and make the best program for their brokerage, their franchisees and their agents.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, I think the thing that I like about REAP the most is, well, there's two things. One thing is that with the REAP, it's a revenue share. Excuse me here. It's based on revenue. It's not based on profit. There's other companies that have a similar model. You bring somebody in under you and you get money from bringing people in. But again, it's all based on the company profit. This is based on that agent's revenues, and it happens immediately. As soon as somebody gets paid, that repayment goes out to all the agents that are above that person. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing that I like about REAP is that with REAP, it's not just, I know other brokerages, you know, you recruit somebody into the brokerage and the broker will say, oh, great, here's $1,000 or $2,000 or who knows, maybe they give you $5,000 to recruit somebody to the company, but that's just a one-time thing and it's done. Like, oh, well, thanks, I guess, because now you as the broker are going to get paid X amount of dollars forever having this person work for you. But with REAP, that agent that recruits somebody into the company, they get paid forever as well. You know, it happens year after year after year. So it's super cool, and everybody should come to our Discovery Day and find out more about it. So what time are we at here? 8:56. We got a couple more minutes. Is there anything else that either of you would like to say about City to Shore in general? Any cool stories?
I can share a minute. I'll share a minute. So
Okay.
I have to say that, you know, being in the business, everyone was always like, why would you leave? Why would you leave where you were to do what you did? And it's always hard, I think, when you're an established agent to think about leaving the company you're with, because you feel like there's so much work that goes into it. I can tell you that, so I signed my City to Shore franchise February 15 of 2018. I opened a brokerage, which seamlessly, I mean, I had so much support behind me. Opened the brokerage, had my grand opening May 30th, 2018 here. And so many people showed up. I had so much support from my City to Shore family. And I do not regret 1 second of it. I prayed a lot about it. Everything went so smooth the whole entire way. I will tell you that my business probably went up about 35 to 40% last year, even with opening a brokerage and doing all these things. In that, usually I think in that transition, you would lose some of that. And so all I can say is that sometimes you have to put your faith in God and you have to take a chance. And when you do that and you team up with the right people that are of the same beliefs, things just happen. And right now I have myself and 7 other agents, but I have 6 more agents coming on board, which is phenomenal because I had goals set for myself: first year 5, second year 10, third year 15, and I'm going to be at 14 agents, you know, and I haven't even been officially open for a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it gives me chills, and it just makes me so happy. And my stress level has, because of agent support and all the support I'm getting, has not gone up at all. You know, I would always be stressed as an agent because you're always constantly working deals. But, you know, it was hard for me as an agent when I got to that certain point of my business. Do I need to hire someone? And because everyone has ups and downs in real estate. So it's really hard to take that leap and pay for that admin person.
Yeah.
When you don't know, like next month you might not have a closing. But with agent support, myself as the broker or whatever office you're with, they take care of that for you. So you have an admin person, but you're not writing that check every week or every 2 weeks, which is huge. So that is super exciting. I can't wait to grow more and see City to Shore blow up. So
that's awesome. Awesome. Well, it looks like we lost Tamra. I know we were having some technical difficulties. She, like I said, she's up in Lake City, and she was having some problems with her internet earlier as we were trying to get started here. So it looks like we lost her, but thank you so much, Tamra, for joining us. I know you'll watch this later. And thank you, Amanda. I really appreciate you two girls, and I know you guys are rock stars, and we love having you being a part of our City to Shore family, and just appreciate you guys, and wish you the most success. And we're super proud of everything that you guys have accomplished so far. So thank you.
Thank you for being such great leaders.
Oh, thanks. So just to end it up here, if you're just hopping on and seeing us at the end here, I do want to tell you this Wednesday, the 27th, is our Discovery Day. It's going to be at the Pinnacle Center in Hudsonville. If you go on to either my personal Facebook page or the City to Shore Facebook page, you will be able to find the Eventbrite place where you can register for the event. We'd love for you to register online and come. Registration that morning starts at 9:30 and it goes from 10 to noon. And we'd love to have you come join us. But thank you, ladies. Thank you, Tamara, even though you're not there. And thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Oh, she's popping back on. There she is. We lost you for a minute there.
The storm is making this a little difficult, but.
Oh, no problem. We were just talking about how we lost you for a second, but
okay.
We're just wrapping up here. So I'm glad you popped back on because we were talking about how wonderful you are, and I wanted to thank you guys for joining us. And
you're welcome.
Yeah, we are at 9:02, so we're gonna sign off. But thanks, everyone. We'll see you.
Have a good day, guys. Have a great week.
Yeah, we'll see ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.